Hello, everybody. You're reading with Jimmy. This is Jimmy. We're reading William Shakespeare's Hamlet. This is Act 3, Scenes 5, 6, and 7. So we're in another room of the castle, and the king and the queen and Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are on stage. They come on stage. King. There's a matter in these sighs, these profound heaves that you must translate. And it's fit that we understand them. Where is your son? The queen. Bestow this place on us a little while. Exit Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. She doesn't want to answer in front of them, right? Ah, my good lord, what I have seen tonight. King, what, Gertrude? How does Hamlet? Mad as the sea and the wind, when both contend which is to be mightier, and his lawless fit, behind the arras, hearing something stir, he whips out his rapier and he cries, "A rat! A rat!" And in this banishment, apprehension, he kills the unseen good old man. King, oh, heavy deed. It has been so with us, and we have been there. In other words, if he had been behind the curtain, it would have been him. His liberty is full of threats to all. To you yourself, to us, to everyone. Alas, how shall this bloody deed be answered? It will be laid to us, whose providence should have kept short, restrained, and out of haunt this mad young man. But so much was our love, we could not understand what was most fit. But like the owner of a foul disease, to keep it from divulging, let it feed even on the pith of life. Where's he gone? Queen. To draw apart the body that he had killed, over whom very madness, like someone or among minerals and minerals had base. 1 second while I adjust the screen. Thank you. Okay, so you can read it better. Sorry. Here we go. Shows itself pure. He weeps for what is done. King, Gertrude, come away. The sun no sooner shall the mountains touch, but we will ship him hence. And this vile deed we must, with all of our majesty and skill, both countenance and excuse. Ho, Guildenstern! And to re-enter. Notice the words re-enter every now and then. Some people go off stage, on stage, right? Rosencrantz and Guildenstern's friends, both go join you with some further aid. Hamlet in madness hath Polonius slain, and from his mother's closet he's dragged him. Go seek him out. Speak fair and bring the body into the chapel. I pray you, hasten this. Exit Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. One of the things to point out in the language, Hamlet in madness hath Polonius slain. Hamlet in his madness killed Polonius. That's the way we talk nowadays, but in Shakespeare's time, this is more melodious, isn't it? Hamlet in madness hath Polonius slain, isn't it? Come, Gertrude, we'll call up our wisest friends and let them know both what we mean to do and what's untimely done. So happily slandered, whose whispers over the world diameter as level as the cannon to his blank. I'll pause this a second. All right. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. You may have recognized the familiar ring of a Ring doorbell. Sorry, I forgot to mute the phone. My apologies. Where was I? Oh, yes. We're going to tell our wisest friends, so happily slander, who's whispered of the world's diameter, as level as the cannon to his blank, transports his poisoned shot, may miss our name. He's trying to avoid scandal, right? And hit the woundless air. Come away. My soul is full of discord and dismay. And they leave. Scene 6. Another room in the castle, and here comes our hero, Hamlet. Hamlet, safely stowed. What stowed? The body of Polonius. Here comes Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. within means they're not on stage yet. They're off stage. Hamlet, Lord Hamlet, they're calling him. What noise? Who calls on Hamlet? Oh, here they come. And Rosencrantz and Guildenstern enter. Rosencrantz, what have you done, my lord, with the dead body? Hamlet, compounded it with dust, or to its kin. Remember, you're judging Hamlet and his madness. So watch the words and the fencing that goes on. Rosencrantz, tell us where it is, that we may take it thence and bear it to the chapel. Hamlet, do not believe it. Rosencrantz, believe what? Hamlet, that I can keep your counsel and not my own. Besides, to be demanded of a sponge, what replication should be made by the son of a king? Rosencrantz, you take me for a sponge, my lord? Hamlet, aye, sir, that soaks up the king's countenance, his rewards, his authorities. In other words, you're a suck-up. But such offenses do the king best service in the end. He keeps them like an ape in the corner of his jaw, first mouthed to be last swallowed, and when he needs what you have gleaned, it's but squeezing you, and sponged you shall be dry again. Rosencrantz, I understand you not, my lord. Hamlet, well, I'm glad of it. A knavish speech sleeps in a foolish ear. That's an interesting statement. A knavish, remember the word knave? Everyone's a knave. Knavish speech sleeps in a foolish ear. My lord, you must tell us where the body is and go with us to the king. Hamlet, the body is with the king, but the king is not with the body. The king is a thing. A thing, my lord? Of nothing. Bring him to me. Hide fox and all after. Hamlet leaves. He's certainly acting a little weird, isn't he? Would you agree with that? But is he? Is he really? Scene 7, right? Roman numerals, remember? 5, 6, 7. There's another room. Here comes the king attended, means other people are with him. I have sent to seek him and to find the body. How dangerous it is that this man goes loose. Must not we put the strong law on him? He's loved of the distracted multitude, who like not in their judgment but their eyes. And where it is so, the offender's scourge is weighed, but never the offense. So in other words, the people love Hamlet. To bear all smooth and even, this sudden sending him away must be seen deliberate. Pause. Diseases desperate grown by desperate appliance are relieved, or not at all. Here comes Rosencrantz. How now? Says the king. What hath befallen? Rosencrantz. Where the dead body is bestowed, my lord, we cannot get from him. But where is he? Rosencrantz. Without, my lord, he's guarded to know your pleasure. In other words, they brought Hamlet guarded to him. Bring him before us. Rosencrantz. Ho, Guildenstern, bring in my lord. So here comes Hamlet and Guildenstern. The king. Now, Hamlet, where's Polonius? At supper, says Hamlet. At supper, where? Not where he eats, but where he is eaten. A certain convocation of politic worms are even at him. Your worm is your only emperor for diet. We fat all of our creatures, else to fat us, and we fat ourselves for maggots. Your fat king and your lean beggar is but a variable service, 2 dishes, but one for the table, and that's the end. Think about what he's saying, and if it's the words of a madman, or what is he saying? Does he know what he's saying, and who's he saying it to? The king says, alas, he obviously thinks this guy's bonkers, right? Hamlet, a man may fish with the worm that hath eat of a king, and a cat of the fish that had fed of that worm. You understand what he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen? Cycle of life, right? A man may fish with the worm that had eaten of a king, and the cat, because worms are in the ground and they eat, right? And the cat may fish that hath fed on that worm. So the cat eats the worm, who ate the man. Wow. King, what does thou mean by this? Hamlet, nothing but to show you how a king may go a progress through the guts of a beggar. Do you see what Hamlet's doing here, ladies and gentlemen? Nothing but I want to show you how a king may go a progress through the guts of a beggar. Where's Polonius? Says the king. In heaven. Send hither to see. If your messenger find him not there, well, seek him in the other place yourself. I'm just saying. Ladies and gentlemen, he's talking to the king, the murderer of his father. So he says, Polonius is in heaven, but if he's not there, you can find yourself in the other place, in hell. But indeed, if you find him not within this month, you shall nose him as you go up the stairs into the lobby. So he's basically telling him where he put him. King to the attendants, go, seek him there. Hamlet, he's going to stay till you come. Till he come. Exit attendants. Hamlet, this deed for thine especial safety, which we do tender as we dearly grieve, for that which thou hast done, we must send thee hence with fiery quickness. Therefore, prepare thyself. The bark is ready, and the wind at help, the associates tend, and everything is bent for England. Hamlet, for England! King, aye, Hamlet. Hamlet, good! King, so it is. If thou knewest our purposes. Hamlet says, oh, I see a cherub that sees them. But come, for England. Farewell, dear mother. The king, thy loving father, Hamlet. My mother. Father and mother is man and wife, and man and his wife is one flesh, and so my mother. Come, for England, and they exit. He exits, Hamlet exits. What's a cherub? It's a winged angelic described in biblical tradition as attending on God. You've seen these little angels with wings, they're little cherubs. Follow him at foot. Tempt him with speed abroad. Delay not. I'll have him there hence. I'll have him hence tonight. Away, for everything is sealed and done. That else leans on the affair. Pray you, make haste. Exit Guildenstern, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. So it's the king now, right? The king is there alone. And England, if my love thou hold'st at aught, as my great power thereof may give thee sense, since yet thy citrix looks raw and red after the Danish sword, and thy free awe pays homage to us, thou mayest not coldly set our sovereign process, which imports at full, but citrus, the scar of a healed wound, which imports at full, let's continue, by letters conjuring to that effect the present death of Hamlet. Do it, England, for like the hectic in my blood he rages, and thou must cure me till I know it's done, however mayhaps my joys were never begun. And he leaves. End of Act 3. So in Act 3, he's basically sending Hamlet to England with letters to kill Hamlet. He's sending Hamlet to his death because he doesn't know how to deal with Hamlet now after Hamlet killed Polonius. He also recognizes, probably from, and this guy's trying to put two and two together, from the play, the enacting of him killing his brother, pouring poison in his ear, but also realizing that the man behind the curtain, Polonius, when Hamlet killed him, it could have been him. In fact, as you think about this, one of the things to think about that we're going to talk about in the analysis is Why did Hamlin stab at that curtain? A, he didn't know it was Polonius, but who else would be in the queen's bedroom behind a curtain listening? Who else would be there except the king? And that's why he said a rat. And was it a king, if you remember the scene? And then he opens withdraws the curtain and realizes it's old man Polonius, and that an unmistaken right intention. Oh, isn't this an excellent story? Okay, you've been reading with Jimmy. That was the end of Act 3, Scenes 5, 6, 7. Thank you for visiting and listening. If you have any emails, jimmy@readingwithjimmy.com, jimmy@readingwithjimmy.com. We appreciate your attention. I certainly do. Stick with it. There's 2 more acts, and then you can say that you've read Hamlet by William Shakespeare. Talk to you soon.